video is obviously going to be extra long because it's going to be a lot of Copic coloring. Okay, so I'm going to start with E33, E34, and E35. So I plan on making the ground. Next is E34. And I'm just placing little tiny random dots everywhere with this. And then I'm also going to come in where it would be a little bit darker and shade underneath. The animals. And then this is E35, and just really lightly place these random everywhere. And then go under the animals where it would be darker. And then grab that E33, bring that down a little bit. Now there is a reason why I wanted to do the bottom part first. So I just have an old terry cloth here, a piece of washcloth, and I don't know where my other one went. That's so crazy. I usually keep it in one spot, but it seemed to have disappeared. So I just take a rubber band, place it around like that. And then this is colorless blender, and I'll show you how much I do. I don't do very much, just enough to kind of soak the top a little bit, and you can kind of feel it. And then this dries super quickly. So let me show you. See if it's still wet. It's a little bit wet. Okay. I kind of go like that to get a little bit of it off. And then I'm just going to take it and go on top of everything we just did. It's kind of a big area, so you might have to re-ink it a couple times. I hope you can see how cool that technique, it kind of like pulls the color off, so it makes it have this really awesome texture. Okay, so I'm going to do the sky in B95. And you'll notice that when I'm doing skies or large backgrounds, I like to go over the area a section. So I'll go over this section here, and then I'll take it and go over it again. It makes it so it blends a little better and doesn't have as many lines in it. It's not perfect, but it sure does help to blend that out. Okay, now I have B97 here, and I'm going to bring in some of that dark blue. Just a little. And then take my B95 and flick that out. And then also right here under the star, actually, let's bring a little more here too. I'm going to go all the way around the star to make it look like it's really far off. And then just work that and blend it out. There we go. Okay, so I have 4 colors here. I have E11, E23, E25, and E27. And I'm going to use these colors for the camel and also the manger. Okay, so I'm going to start off with E11. And, oh look, I missed some ground. I'm going to do this in sections. So E11, oops, E23, E25, and then just a smidgen of the E27 just underneath. Go back with the E25. And the E23. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing that. Yeah, so I'll just start more, give it a wash of color. I find that if you give your whole item that you're coloring a wash of color, and it doesn't have to be pretty because you're going to come in and blend it, but giving it a wash of color gives it a little bit of alcohol ink on it to make it wet. Plus this is a big object, so you want to lay down some color. Because by the time I get back to where I started, it's going to be kind of a little more dry. Okay, so E23. Flick it down. Give it a little more color. And then E25. This is hard for me not to turn my whole paper. Because I'm a paper turner, I turn when I color. But I'm trying to do it this way for you guys so you can see it. Okay, E27. Now this I'm going to use wherever it would be the absolute darkest. So underneath his hump. The shadow of the chicken. For sure, underneath the ear. Maybe just a little bit. Okay, so then I'm going to go back with color. So this is the E25. The E23. And then the front part of his nose. I'm going to keep it lighter. So I'm just using the E11 and E23. And then same with the hump. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the manger here. Give it a wash of color. Pull that up. It's E23 I'm using right now. Bring back that E25. And then pull it down with the E23. And now I'm going to take E27 and I am going to draw little lines as if it was wood. I think I'm going to just do it just at the bottom right there. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. Actually, I'm going to take the E23 one more time and blend that out because that's bugging me. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do the straw, which I'm going to use YR12 and YR21. So I'm first going to take the YR21 and give it a little wash. And then YR12, I'm going to use that wherever the darkest part I want. So along the ridge of the manger. Then bring in the YR21 again and just kind of touch it to blend it out. It's not big pieces, so it blends really easily. And that's it. Okay, I have Y15 and Y18 for this star up here. So I'm going to color that in with Y15. Bring it up from all the points. Do that like 3 times. Make it really dark and bright. And then Y15 again. Like that. Okay, I'm going to color the pig. For the pig, I'm going to use R22 and R20. First with R20, give a wash to this pig. And then R22, flick up. Flick in that color really well. Go under that bird for sure. Bring that R20 back in and flick that in. And then I have B10 and my colorless blender. Oops, there we go. And I'm going to just kind of go down here on this eye, blend that out a little, and then for my sheep, I'm just taking the B10 and going around the edges. Underneath his face. Then taking the colorless blender and going in circles. Be careful not to touch your other colors because you don't want it to take off your color of them, like the manger or whatever. And then underneath its legs as well. And then the swaddling clothes gets a little washed too. I have R24 and R27. So R24 for this little bird. And then R27. I'll blend that out just a little. The R24. And then I'm going to use the same colors over here for the chicken. And bring up that R27, just deepens it. Oh, I'm going to use the R27 on this heart as well. Okay, and this is YR07, and this is just for the little bird's beak. And then also one of the feathers back here for this chicken and the chicken beak. Okay, so I just have this Y18 and I'm going to use it back here on this little feather. Bring that in. And I'm going to take that BG10 again because I'm going to have a little white chicken. I wasn't sure what color I was going to do it. And then my colorless blender and just blend that out. I think with all the colors it needs some pops of white. Okay, so this is E50. I'm just giving the baby a wash. E51. E11. E51, bring that up. And that's it. All right, just a little mouse left to do. And I think I'm going to do a little gray mouse. Okay, I'm gonna start out with C1. C3. and C4. Come back in with that C3. And then blend it with C1. Okay, I also have this Jelly Roll pen, and this is called Clear Star. And I'm going to take and just dab some little stars with this as well. Okay, I have my clear Wink of Stella, and I'm going to run it on my star here. Let that dry. And on the heart. Okay, so I just have glossy accents. And when I'm doing a project like this, I'm going to put glossy accents on a few things. I always start from the top and then go to the left and then the right because I'm right-handed. So I have on the star, the bird's beak, the little patch on the little sheep's, or the pig's eye, the sheep's nose, the heart, the beak on the chicken, the nose of the mouse, and the top of the chicken's feathers, and its back feathers as well. The back feathers I'm not doing as much, I'm just giving them a little coat to have a little texture. So that finishes our card for today. This is a one-layered card, and if you didn't want to do all the masking that I did, you could always just stamp them and cut them out and then layer them on top of each other, which would give you a similar look, and it probably would be a lot faster. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll go and create something that's perfectly imperfect, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.